Humility is often seen as a weakness, but what if it's actually a leader's greatest strength? Today, we're breaking down why humility fuels success and how to embrace it without losing confidence. I used to think humility meant playing small, downplaying my ideas, avoid taking credit, and waiting for others to recognize my contributions. But I quickly realized that wasn't humility. That was actually insecurity. And worse, it made me an ineffective leader. The turning point came when I realized that true humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less while still leading with confidence. Humility isn't about weakness. It's about self-awareness, confidence without arrogance, and the willingness to learn. So let's break it down. So let's go through the misconception of humility and what it's not. Too many people think humility means being a pushover, lacking confidence, or refusing to acknowledge their own strengths. In reality, humility is a balance of confidence and self-awareness. False humility is saying, "Oh, I'm not good at that," when you know you are. And true humility is acknowledging your strengths, but recognizing you always have more to learn. Most people see humility as stepping back, playing small, or avoiding leadership, but true humility is confidence without arrogance. And a perfect example of this is when Jesus washed his disciples' feet. In that culture, washing feet was a job for the lowest servant. Yet Jesus, the most powerful figure in the room, chose to kneel and serve. He wasn't weak, he wasn't insecure. He was showing that real leadership isn't about dominance, it's about service. And C.S. Lewis said it best, humility doesn't mean thinking less of yourself, it means thinking of yourself less. So why can humility be a superpower? Humility isn't about weakness, it's about adaptability, influence, and long-term success. In Good to Great, Jim Collins found that the best leaders weren't arrogant visionaries, they were humble yet fiercely determined. These leaders credited their teams for success and took responsibility for failures. Humility made them more respected, trusted, and effective. When Dwight D. Eisenhower led the Allied forces in World War II, he had to make one of the biggest decisions in military history, the launching of the D-Day invasion. The operation was incredibly risky. Bad weather threatened the success of the attack, and he knew that thousands of lives were at stake. Despite being the supreme Allied commander, Eisenhower didn't let his ego drive the decision. He listened to his advisors, weighed every perspective, and then made the call. But what really sets him apart is the note he wrote before the invasion began, one that was never needed. In it, he took full responsibility in case the operation failed. He wrote, "If any blame or fault attaches to the attempt, it is mine alone." Even at the height of his power, Eisenhower didn't shift the blame. He owned his decisions. See, true leadership isn't about proving you're the smartest or strongest. It's about having the humility to listen, learn, and take responsibility. So how can we practice humility without losing confidence? Many people avoid humility because they think it means losing confidence, but the strongest leaders and professionals have both. So here are my 3 pillars for humble confidence. Number 1, own your strengths. Be honest about what you bring to the table and don't downplay it. And 2, admit what you don't know. Confident people aren't afraid to say, "I don't know," or "I was wrong." And number 3, shift the spotlight. True humility means celebrating others instead of needing constant recognition. A great example of this was Mr. Rogers. He exemplified humble confidence by balancing quiet strength with deep empathy. He owned his strengths, using his gift for storytelling and emotional intelligence to shape generations, never downplaying his expertise, especially when advocating for public television before Congress. At the same time, he admitted what he didn't know and approached different topics like grief and war with curiosity and a willingness to learn alongside of his audience. And most importantly, he shifted the spotlight, making his work about others rather than himself. He celebrated his team, uplifted children, and honored everyday heroes. His legacy proves that true confidence isn't about seeking attention, but about using your gifts to serve others. Humble confidence means knowing you're capable, but never thinking you're above growth. So this week, pay attention to how you present yourself. Are you downplaying your strengths? Or are you so focused on being right that you miss opportunities to learn? Find a way to practice humility with confidence. And remember, humility isn't about playing small. It's about being self-aware, confident, and willing to learn. The most successful leaders embrace humility as a strength, not a weakness. So what's one way humility has helped you grow in your career or leadership? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you like this episode, please hit that like and subscribe button. It'll help me out a lot. And then ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any other episodes. Have a great week, guys. Peace.